to Tabor Talk. I'm your host, Michael Tabor. So, getting right into this, last week I did a video on intercession and intercessory prayer, and I guess the question is it necessarily a bad thing? Now, it's not like it works. It's not. Listen, let me phrase it this way. It's not like Jesus is coming in and helping you, whatever. What is real is the placebo effect and spontaneous remission. And yesterday I did a video on Joe Dispenza's placebo effect. I'll be doing a lot more about this. So, sadly, my wife's cousin is dying. He's probably not going to make it to the end of the week. He has end stage cancer. He's been sick for a long time, years and years, in and out of the hospital, and it's the end. His heart's failing, his body's failing. You could pray all you want, you're not saving him. Okay, it's horrible, you know. So, all right, getting right in. Moving on to another subject. You hear from conservatives or the alt-right and right-wingers like snowflakes. People on the left are snowflakes. Well, the truth of the matter is, in the end, we're all snowflakes. Let me just say this. Father Time kicks all of our asses. Father Time is undefeated. We are all whimpering wimps, if you will. In the end, we're all going to get sick. We're all going to get old. If you're lucky enough, if you have an accident, then you don't have to worry. You know, you drop dead prematurely when you're 17 years old, and you don't have to worry about getting old. But for most of us, you get old, you get really sick, and you die. Father Time kicks all of our ass. Father Time is undefeated. And we all give in. I like to say, in a sense, we're all snowflakes. Like, we have our moments, yes. There are tough guys, and they handle death with dignity, no question about it. But we all have our moments. Listen, as you know, people who follow me, I'm a big fight fan. I love UFC, MMA, and I know these guys, and they are tough. Like, just getting smashed. And when, you know, I always talk about when, you know, you get them in a rear naked choke, they'd rather go unconscious than tap. They're that freaking tough. I mean, Cowboy Cerrone's face is all just slammed, and he's basically almost, it looks like he's near death, and he just will not stop. But again, when you're in the ring, there's all that adrenaline. You're psyched, and you got your war face on, and you are. A lot of these fighters are ready for death. Okay, but there are the moments. Talk to Cowboy Cerrone the next morning. He's going to be crying. We're human beings. I know them all. I know this one guy I was good friends with, a fighter, amateur, Muay Thai, kickboxing, no grappling, but smash, 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 and you look like it, like he's the toughest person in the world. You talk to like, the next morning, how you feeling? Oh, right? It's just, we're all wimps. We're all snowflakes in the end, which is so annoying when you hear like, oh, you're a snowflake. We're all snowflakes, right? We're all, Father Time is undefeated. Father Time kicks all of our asses, right? About 10 years ago, I read a biography, actually autobiography of Sonny Barger, president of the Hells Angels for like 30 years. Kind of really the father of the Hells Angels. He was down 69 Altamont, the fight there with the Rolling Stones, with the murder there. Sonny Barger was right there. Sonny Barger has been in hundreds of street fights, savage street fights, fucking rides bikes. He's a tough guy. He's a tough dude. Growing up, he used to just sleep on, like, you didn't have an apartment, you just had like a garage. You just sleep on like greasy floor, hard concrete. Wake up. You know, I mean, here's a tough guy. And he says the hardest thing, he goes, all those fights and leading, going on a ride, if you will, and leading all my guys, that's nothing compared to my throat cancer. See what I mean? We're all wimps. We all suffer in the end. Whether you're Jocko Willink, the Navy SEAL, David Goggins, or you're an 80-year-old grandma. Cancer's cancer, and we're all crying in the end. Let me give you another example. One of my favorite films, based on James Dickey's book, Deliverance. The movie, just awesome, with Burt Reynolds and who are the other guys? Ned Beatty, a couple of others really good guys. And my hero, I saw that when I was a teenager, and I just loved Burt Reynolds. I thought he was so badass, right? Insurance, I don't need it. I'm not doing his voice right. Insurance, I don't believe in it. Ain't no risk. Insurance, ain't no risk. What are you going to go back to your cozy, suburban, middle-class comfort? Basically calling the other guys pussies. And here's Lawrence with this half guinea, that leather. What do you call it? I'm sorry, I'm not. But anyway, he's just big arms and muscular and cool looking and just totally anti-establishment, as tough as you get, right? We all know the story. Goes down the falls. There's an accident, breaks his leg, compound, just a big break. The bone goes right through his skin, and Lewis, Burt Reynolds' character, almost dies. And for a couple of nights, and it's freezing, and he's wet, and he's just crying. Here's this super tough, as tough as you could get, and you see him and he's helpless. He's helpless, and he's so sick. He's gonna die. His leg's shattered. He's all wet and he's sweating, and then he's just crying. Like Lewis, he goes, and he's like, oh, please, just crying and crying. We're weak. The body is weak. The body breaks. We are all snowflakes in the end. So fuck those conservatives, snowflake. Fuck you. Yeah. They don't really call me. I've been called that, which is totally fucking ridiculous. I mean, do I look like a snowflake? We're all tough. In the end, we're all tough. All right. So, okay, I'll leave it at that. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk. Oops. Right here.